The United States has a history of toying with rights. You see what's happening in Afghanistan? There's a threat to people's right to life, right to health, courtesy America's botched up war. The picture is not very different back home in the United States, where people are dying every day just because America puts gun rights over human rights. We've been bringing you these stories of gun terror in the US. We've told you how in America there are more guns than people, 393 million firearms for 327 million people. Every year, hundreds of lives are lost to gun violence in the US. More than 500 people have died because of gun terror in the US this year. 180 people were killed during the 4th of July weekend alone. 10 days before that, an Instagram post went viral. It had a picture of a gun, one that looks like a toy, a Lego. But this is a real gun. It costs $549. That's 40,000 Indian rupees. This gun is called Block 19. It is being promoted as a childhood dream come true. The gun company, Culper Precision, has said, and I quote, "Here's one of those childhood dreams coming to life. The Block 19 prototype. Yes, you can actually build Legos onto it." What kind of a sick joke is this? I'm sorry, but guns are not fun. They're deadly. There is no space for Legos on weapons. The gun company was slammed for toying with a gun. Did it apologize? It did not. It said, and I'm quoting, "We are grateful for the attention that Block 19 is getting across the globe. But we built Block 19 to create an opportunity to talk about the enjoyment of the shooting sport." Great explanation, just that it does not work. And I will tell you why. There are American states like New York where toy guns are required to be brightly colored. With a Lego gun like this one, a person can easily fool security. Next thing you know, we're reporting on another incident of gun terror in the US. There's absolutely no need to toy around with a weapon like this. Come to think of it, we may also want to rethink making toy guns, toy weapons altogether. You know, the guns that kids play with? Do we really need them? Do children really need them? You see, childhood is a very tricky phase. Extremely impressionable years. Everything a child is exposed to can have lifelong implications. I'll give you an example. We often see how children who are exposed to music early in the years develop an interest in learning an instrument while growing up. Similarly, kids who develop the habit of reading early in their childhood become ardent readers when they grow up. And I'm not suggesting that every child who plays with a gun takes up arms. Of course they don't. But embedding the whole idea of violence, of wielding a gun, killing someone with a gun, running around the house shooting people with a hairbrush, it's not exactly desirable. You must have come across children pointing their fingers like handguns towards other kids. The targets often need to play the dead soldiers, the bad guys. You've also heard of instances where a child brings his parents' gun to school and accidentally shoots his classmates or her classmates. You see, kids do not know the difference between a toy gun and a real gun. Well, maybe they do, but the concept of a gun. But we adults do. We're only 7 months into 2021. There have already been 165 accidental shootings by children in the US. In 2020, 142 people died, 142, because of a child or a minor pulling the trigger accidentally. I know most of us have played with gun toys. Most of us have really been spoiled for choice in that sector. We've had water guns, foam guns, those Nerf guns, and more sophisticated paintball guns. Also the ones we would shoot birds with in video games. And of course, Diwali guns in India. But all of this was before gun terror became an everyday affair. This was before getting an access to a real gun became so easy. We grew up in the non-digital times when telling the right from the wrong was easier. Today we live in times where you can play Lego with a real gun. A gun that advertises itself as a childhood dream coming to life. And that too in a year when unintentional shooting by children saw an increase of 30%. So here's what I would wrap with. Childhood dreams involving guns are scary enough. When those dreams come to life, they become a nightmare. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.